and welcome to my channel. My name is Psychic Samira, and today we're going to do a pick a card reading about how are they feeling about you. So we are going to have 3 stacks today. Take a moment to feel into your intuition and choose a stack. You can choose stack number 1, 2, or 3. And if you chose stack number 1, this is your message. How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? So let's look into their energy. Whomever is on your mind, we're gonna ask your guides to assist. And what I feel drawn to tell you is that sometimes there are certain things that we're not meant to know. Because in this life, we sometimes need to learn lessons. And in order for a lesson to be learned, sometimes you need to not know certain things, and if you are trying to reveal some kind of truth, some kind of information through a tarot reading, for example, it's not always going to tell you everything that you want to know. It's going to tell you what you need to know. So keep that in mind. We have Death reverse, we have Knight of Cups upright. So this is not over, or at least you're hoping it's not over. You're hoping this relationship is not over. And the Death is a card of change. It came through reversed. The Knight of Cups is some kind of offer, but this is a very slow moving energy. This is not rushed energy. So you're hoping for a message. With the Star, I feel like you need to know that you are being divinely guided, and you don't need to control the situation. You do not need to control how another person sees you or feels about you. You need to know that if they're meant to be in your life, they will. If somebody is not in your life, if it's not working out with somebody, don't see it as a negative thing. You are being protected, you're being redirected. There's something else for you to experience. So there's really this amazing relief that you can get from this understanding that what is meant to be for you will not pass you by. What is meant to be for you will be. So when you meet new people, you don't have to get out of your way and to pretend to make them like you. You just need to be yourself. You need to show up as yourself. You need to show up as your most authentic and kindest self. And if they're meant to stay there with you, you will feel that connection and the relationship will work. So a lot of people, they try to control how others see them. They think they know what's best. And that's just not always the case. With the Page of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, this is really your message to invest into your own well-being and know that what's meant to be for you will be, okay? So now let's focus on how they see you. And I just saw a Queen of Cups. So they really see you as somebody so beautiful, very emotionally in tune, very loving. You might have curly hair, you might be blonde as well. We have the Moon reversed, and I feel like they let you know how they feel about you. Right now, it might be not the best time in your relationship, but at the same time, we keep getting the Star card, which also is a card of, it's a card of hope. And I'm hearing Virgo, the High Priestess reversed. So you might be fearing that this relationship is not going to work out, but I feel like that it will. I feel that it will. It might not be the best time right now, but I feel like they let you know how they feel about you. And even if there's no communication right now, I feel like they really see you as somebody incredibly beautiful. They have a lot of love for you, and they really want to come forward. It might take them some time to come forward, though. I feel like they're not going to hide their feelings. I feel like they will come to terms with their love, with how they feel about you, you know? Eventually, if this is not happening right now, eventually I feel like when the time is right is what I'm hearing. When the time is right, it's almost like right now might not be the time for some reason. You know, you might need to have other experiences, or things need to ripen, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing school, Ten of Swords upright, Ace of Wands upright, and what I'm seeing here is this process of a phoenix rising, almost like a transformation and a rebirth. And this can be something that you're going through, or both of you are going through. So if you are in this period of no contact, this is the reason why you are meant to go through something on your own, and then I feel there's a very highly likelihood that you're going to get back together, because what I see here is they have a lot of love for you. They truly see you as so amazing and beautiful, like a divine feminine. And you don't have to be a woman, but this is what I see here, divine feminine. You can be a water sign. We have strength in reverse and hangman reversed. I feel like it's almost like the circumstance, whatever the situation is, it's almost like it pulled you two apart intentionally, and I don't feel like they wanted that to happen. I feel like they didn't want that to happen. Maybe they made a mistake or something kind of took them aside, like it took them into a different direction. I don't feel like they wanted that to happen, and I feel like they feel, if you're not in contact, I feel like they really feel they miss you, and they feel like they could have missed out on a very important opportunity. Like they feel that loss. They might be trying to distract themselves with work, or they might be trying to get more money to show up with that offer. And maybe they feel like that's their way of showing love, is by trying to give you something, like financially or physically. Maybe they're not that expressive emotionally, but they show that love and care by giving. They might feel pleasure. They might get pleasure from giving you, providing for you, giving you gifts, or giving you money, or somehow taking care of the physical aspect of your reality. And I feel like this is what they know how to do, and this is what they're trying to do. They are really contemplating coming back into your life if you're not in contact right now. They have their own fears. They have fears of commitment, I feel like. And also I feel like this is how they used to be for a long time, and now when you have triggered some kind of change in this for them, and right now they're going through that transformation, as I said, with the Phoenix rising. Like they're going through this restructuring of their beliefs, of their mind, of what they think they want. Maybe they thought they never wanted a commitment or a family or kids or whatever, and you came into their life and you kind of changed that, and now they're going through this whole change of perception, from believing there's somebody who's never gonna settle, to actually realizing that they want commitment, with you. This might be something that is keeping them up at night. The fact that you're not communicating, maybe they think or they feel like they messed up. But this is part of this process of change for them, okay? This is part of this process. This is what they are meant to go through. And again, there is this confirmation that you need to relax and let go, and know that what is meant to be will be. You don't have to control, you don't have to force. If something is not in your life, it's meant to be this way. So don't worry, and just let things be, let things flow, let things unfold, and respect the divine will and respect the divine timing, okay? So this is what I have for you, and thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, leaving a comment if this message resonated. I read your comments, and I'm so grateful for your kindness. Thank you so much for being here, and I wish you the most and the best, and bye bye. If you chose stack number 2, this is your message. So how do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? If you felt intuitively guided to click on this reading, there must be a message here for you. So how do they feel about you? I'm seeing Pisces, Libra, Virgo, Gemini can be significant. 3 of Pentacles reversed, but then I want to turn it upside down upright. You're some kind of lesson to them, but I don't feel like they have fully learned it yet. You're some kind of lesson to them. You came into their life to catalyze some kind of change, and the kind of change they didn't really want this change. They kind of wanted to stay in their lane and keep being that way they were, and for example keep lying, or keep disrespecting people or whatever, and you came into their life almost like with this Saturnian kind of karmic, this has to change. Maybe that wasn't your intention, but energetically that's how things got set up, and they are not really aware of universal, principles. They're not really aware that they're here to learn and grow, and they just believe that they're here to be comfortable. There is this energy of them being a little bit of a consumer. This is how they used to looking at relationships as something that is there for them to make them feel good, and they are not really thinking much about giving back. At least they, this is how it was before. And you came into their life, and you kind of you are different from other people, and you came as a lesson. But I don't feel like they're aware enough to understand this, so they're a little bit confused by your presence. It's almost like they try to approach you as they usually would approach people, but it's not working. Like, they can feel there's something different. They can't pinpoint what that is, but I feel like your magic is doing its job. I feel like your magic is energetically you're changing them, and I feel like you're meant to teach them a big lesson. Maybe they want something from you and you're not gonna give it to them. Maybe you will be the first one who is not gonna give them what they want. Maybe they're used to just taking and taking and taking. Maybe they're used to people chasing them, not holding them accountable, and you're different. Like, you're gonna challenge their ways, almost like indirectly, just by being you, okay? You're gonna put them in a particular position where they will be pressured to reassess and change. There's this karmic feel to this, okay? It's almost like you are their karma, and their energy feels a little bit oblivious, like a little bit, like a person who is only aware of 3D and believes the world revolves around them, and they are at the center of the world, and I don't want to offend anybody. I'm just describing you the energy that I feel. A person who has not, who's not awake, basically. A person who does not understand what karma is, who does not understand what lessons are, and why things happen in life. So this is what I see here. 10 of Pentacles upright. You are very, I feel like this is something that you do for people. You bring karma. You bring lessons. Again, it's not something that you necessarily I'm gonna teach them a lesson for doing this or that, but your energy does that. There's something that works through you, and that's when you come into people's lives. It's almost like the energy itself, it challenges anything that is misaligned. If somebody is a liar and they used to get away with lying and manipulating people, when you come into their life, their lie gets exposed, like without you doing anything. Just things start happening that exposes who they are, and this is what your energy does, okay? And this is not something for you to be in your ego about and feel superior to others. This is not my intention, and I feel like if this message resonates for you, and this is one of the reasons for why you have this ability, is because you are, in a way, selfless. You don't see yourself as superior or inferior. You don't try to punish people. You're not doing this to punish anybody or to bring yourself up. This is just how you are. It's almost like a force of nature, balancing force of nature that channels through you. This is not a message for everybody. I'm hearing ducks, so this can be a confirmation for you. Ducks, like small ducks. I don't know why, but this is what I'm hearing. Ducks. We have Magician. So you are a teacher, but you are also a student. Make sure to remember this. Ace of Cups, and I feel like you're gonna move on from this individual to something brighter and better. There's gonna be somebody else who will be for you. This individual is not for you. You are simply a teacher in their life, and I feel like they're feeling it, but they don't necessarily understand it. Like, there's just this feeling of it that they can't necessarily explain, okay? Anything else about how they feel about you? Any other information, please? Indecision. They don't really know how to act around you. Because you're very, again, direct and straightforward. They try to act around you as they usually do with people, but it just feels inappropriate. You're calling them to put the work in. And for some of you, they might actually hear the calling, and for some of you, they might actually start to work and change. It's not going to be for everybody, okay? It's not your task to control if they do their homework or not. You're meant to come in, stay for as long as you feel guided, and then move on to something else. So I wouldn't really spend too much time worrying about how they feel about you, or long-term situation, because you're meant to almost like come in and continue into another experience. Okay, again, I'm seeing ducks. I don't know why this is relevant, like small, like toy ducks. I feel like also what you need to know is that some of the lessons that you came to teach them, they will only be able to learn later down the line, many years after you leave their life, for example. So don't expect, like, this is not the situation where, let's say, you're being encouraged to not be attached to them learning or not, changing or not. And know that there is this force of nature that is working through you. You're meant to be present, you're meant to be authentic, you're meant to respect the divine timing and the divine will. You're meant to let it do its magic without getting attached to the outcome, to the situation, to their reaction, to how they feel, to how they see you. Okay, through you there is this alchemical process that is happening to transform them. So this is not your task to make them learn. It's not your task to force them to change. It's not your task to do any of that. It's not your task to try and control them, to try and control how they see you, okay, to get what you want out of them. You're meant to be as neutral as possible, allowing this to happen, allowing this change to flow, allowing this force to flow through you and happen for the highest good and for the highest benefit of all. So we are reading on how they feel about you, but this is what is coming through, about who you are to them, who you are as this force in their life. And there's this emphasis that it doesn't matter that much how they feel. They can sense that karmic influence. They can feel there is something different, but I feel like they're not aware enough to really understand how you make them feel or what is happening. There is that confusion almost, like that they feel. This is what I get for you. Okay, I feel like your souls know each other. You know each other very well. These are just roles that you're playing this lifetime, but we have the lovers, and I feel like your souls know each other and care for one another deeply throughout lives. Okay, you have agreed to play this game, to play this part in each other's lives, and this is not the last time that you're gonna meet. Okay, so this is what I feel here for you. So I feel like this is your message, and if it resonated, if you enjoyed it, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, leaving a comment. I appreciate so much when you leave me comments, when you tell me how you feel, when you tell me about your situations, when you are being so kind and nice with your compliments, and I appreciate you so deeply. If you would like to get a personal reading, you can find the link for that in the description of this video. I wish you all the very best, and thank you so much once again for being here. Bye bye. If you chose deck number 3, this is going to be your message. So let's see, how are they feeling about you? 3 of Wands reversed, 9 of Swords upright. So they are heartbroken. They are heartbroken for some reason. We have a card of motherhood that can be significant somehow. Again, there is 3 of Swords. They are heartbroken for some reason. Can we get more information? They feel stuck, not knowing what they can do. Heartbroken. They still have hope, but there is still hope in this situation, but they feel hopeless for some reason. They feel hopeless. We have 10 of Swords, so I don't know what happened, but this is somebody who's really heartbroken over you, or heartbroken over what happened. Can we learn more about this, please? Why are they heartbroken? What happened? 10 of Pentacles. So maybe they chose something that broke you two apart. Maybe, for example, they had a choice between you and something else, and they chose that's something else, and now they're heartbroken over it. It doesn't have to be your situation, but it's unclear to me. We just have this card again that something ended, something didn't work out. They were too weak, they couldn't make it work. They didn't say something when they could, and it just, your relationship, ended, as probably what I see here. So how are they feeling? Any other information that we need to know? I feel like they still have hope to make it work, but they don't know how. They do not know how. They are completely clueless as to what can be done. Maybe they have hope that you are gonna fix it, that you are gonna reach out. Maybe they have cheated, and and this is not, if you know that they have cheated, if you already know that they have cheated, this is your message. If that is not something that it doesn't mean that they have cheated and you're just finding out, but I'm just trying to come up with, potential explanations for why this is the way it is, because the cards are not showing me a particular scenario. Again, they could have done something, but they didn't. Maybe they could have showed up in a proper way. Maybe they could have apologized or done something, and they did not. They missed the opportunity. So this is all that cards are showing to me. And as I said in stack number 1, we are not always meant to know everything. So sometimes it's not possible to get information through intuition, because we are not meant to know certain things. And this is what the situation is here. I don't see any details. Okay, so how is the situation gonna unfold? Death. We have death. We have 6 of Swords. We have the Emperor. So it's almost like they were taken out of your life. This crisis or whatever happened was meant to happen, because you were not aligned. Like you were not meant to be together. And we have this card of kind of escaping danger. So it was a blessing in disguise. Maybe they have revealed their true face to you. Maybe it was hard, whatever happened, and difficult and painful, but it was meant to happen. Like you were meant to see. The situation was meant to get destroyed. We have destruction and corrupt written on the card. So maybe you saw them for who they were. Some kind of lie got exposed or something of that nature. And there's somebody else for you in the future that the universe is going to align you with, and it's not this individual. This situation, it's like it's done and over with, because we have the Empress and the Emperor. This is a divine union. They are a couple. They are a match to one another, and I feel like this individual was not your true match. Okay, they were not your true match. So something got revealed and pretty much destroyed this relationship, and they are very much heartbroken over it, but it had to happen. It had to happen. So what I feel here is if this resonates, you're not meant to fight for this relationship. You're not meant to like make it happen if it fell apart, because there's somebody else. We have the card of marriage, and we have literally this couple, the Emperor and the Empress. This is the divine union. They are counterparts. They are meant for one another, So this is what I see here for you. And we have the Fool. This is a card of a new beginning. So again, I feel like you're meant to move on from this individual. You saw their true face, or something happened where it revealed itself to you, the truth of the situation. So this was meant to happen. And even if it was painful, or even if they regret it, it was not meant to be. It was not meant to be for you. There's somebody else who is your true counterpart. So don't try to make it work, and it's of course up to you. What do you decide to do? But they are not for you. This is not, what I see here is this is not meant to work. It's not going to bring you the happiness that you seek, the happiness that you deserve. And yes, you could have had a good relationship with them in some ways, and they can be a good person overall, and you can have feelings for them, but there is again somebody else for you, because you see how we have the Empress and the Emperor, and he or she or this person was just here as a king. So it's not the Emperor. It's a little less than an emperor, and it's a good pair, it's a good partner for a queen, but not the empress. For the empress needs the emperor. So I feel like this situation was divinely orchestrated in order for you to see it for what it was, in order for you to see the truth. And there's almost like there's no going back. And you're meant to move on, and there's gonna be somebody else who's gonna come into your life. And we have Queen of Swords and Ten of Cups. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Be certain and confident about moving forward, because there is happiness that awaits you in the future with somebody else. Be grateful that this situation got exposed. It's almost like the gold turned out to be fake. What you thought was gold turned out to be fool's gold. And you might still have that doubt. Maybe we should get back together. Maybe I should forgive them, or something of that nature. But this is, again, I don't feel like this is the case. So yeah, move on with peace. Yeah, so I feel like this is your message, and if it resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment. I read your comments and appreciate them so much. Thank you so much for being here. And if you'd like to get a personal reading, you can find the link for that in the description of this video. I thank you so much, and bye bye.